situation? Why'd you end up deciding to come here?
I think obviously for one, the team's, full of a lot of great guys. Obviously, a lot of names on the team and know what the team's capable of. And, obviously I thought that there was an opportunity to get some playing time here. And, my relationship with Tim Hires was a big reason I came here. And, ultimately I think Tim will help me get in a good spot to try to do what I know that I can do.
How would you describe that relationship? Where did it start, and why do you guys click so much, player-coach relationship?
I think I've known Tim since I was about 14 years old, so going on about a 14-year relationship. Went to high school with his son, lived with his son for 2 years while his son went to University of Georgia. So, you can say there's some familiarity with the Hires family, and obviously, Tim's a guy that at this point in my career, it's important for me to have people around that, I trust, people that I believe know what they're doing, and Tim encapsulates all of that.
What about a guy like Bruce Bochy? I know, we've only had one spring training game, and camp's only been going on for a week or so. But what sort of an impact has he had, or how have you kind of noticed the presence that he's had in the clubhouse?
I've enjoyed the interactions I've had with him. Obviously, I've had the chance to play for some good managers, and obviously, I think Boch sits at the top of it as far as what he's accomplished. So, I think he knew what he had in this team before he took the job. So it says a lot about what he thinks we're capable of, and I think a lot of the players believe the same that he does, and just know that he can get the job done with us as far as we can get the job done for him as well.
All right, you're in the lineup today. It'll be your first action here in Cactus League play. What are some of the things you're working on other than just getting into a rhythm and trying to knock off some of the cobwebs?
I think for me it's important to establish pretty early in camp that, I worked on a lot of stuff this offseason that I'm trying to show, to re-show that it's a part of my game. I had some struggles the last few years, but, let's just say I'm past those right now, and I've had a pretty good early camp so far, and just hoping to go out there and hit the ball hard. I guess that's the one way to put it.
Awesome.
Handy when you signed Eovaldi. What do you remember your reaction being when you heard this third member of this rotation was coming to the?
Yeah, just excitement, Tim. You look at what's happened this winter and the work that CY and his staff have done. It's exciting because really this game comes down to starting pitching. I think you want a chance to win on a consistent basis, and this is what these guys do, all of them. And so looking forward to working with them. Watching these guys, and we feel like everybody we send out there is going to give us a chance to win, and that's what I've been saying, and that's exciting, and that's how you can have a good year.
Had you seen him that much? The Red Sox and Giants don't play a ton. He's been around, but have you seen
Nathaniel?
him a lot?
Yeah, I saw him. When he was with the Marlins. Yeah, it's an easy 100. But you can see how competitive he is, and of course what he did in the postseason. In LA. He's just great makeup, great stuff. The nasty split that goes either way. I can see where he might not be a lot of fun to catch for the catchers, because it's a tough one to handle at times. And but it's just he's fun to be around. He enjoys the game. You can see that he enjoys his teammates, and so he's just a tremendous addition for us.
I asked about Josh Smith and his versatility yesterday. Is Brad Miller kind of in that same boat of, playing all those positions, or?
Yeah, a little bit. A little bit. With the guys on the bench, you want all the versatility you can have, and I'll put Brad in third base. He'll get out there in left field some, and so we'll move these guys around, and just keep our options open, especially late in the game. You don't know what's going to happen between injuries or moves, and so it's going to be good to have some guys on the bench that you're comfortable putting anywhere. It's not an easy job, I know for Smitty, he wants to have a good spring, and have a lot of gloves that you have to wear. It makes it probably a bit more difficult, but it's going to be a great experience. I know did a pretty good job in left field last year, so he'll go back and forth there. But I'll play him all over the infield too.
With Mark Matthews, what are you looking for in him this spring?
That's similar. We're going to move him around. Second base, third base, first. Right-handed bat. That's going to be a need on the bench. He'll get some work in left field too. But these guys, what's nice about them is they are versatile, and I know. He came up. When he first came over here from Milwaukee, he had some great at bats. I went back and looked at some of them. So he's a threat up there.
As I'm looking through this list of non-roster pitchers, what do I need to know about Zach Littell?
I know a little bit about Zach. Pitching in San Francisco, real good competitor, good stuff, fastball. He works down and up with it. Very, very good at pitching on the upper bar there, and he's got a good breaking ball. He'll use his change. Comes at you, good pace, good tempo with him. And he's got some experience in pitching some high leverage situations. So gives us another good option there.
This is probably a dumb question, but looking at his stats, it feels like he'll have a good year, a bad year, good year, bad year. Is there anything to that, or is that just how things go with these pitchers?
I think you have to look at look under the hood at what may be a reason for that. I think it's certainly the case with relievers. A lot of times it's usage. It's easy when these guys are throwing well. You want to keep throwing them out there, and that can be part of it. Be confident, but. It's not uncommon to see that, but I like to feel that they think the same way I think. They've done it, they can do it again, and I certainly feel like that with Zach.
What's it been like getting to know Jacob DeGrom? It sounds like.
I'm sorry.
What's it been like getting to know Jacob DeGrom and his personality? It sounds like when he came here, he didn't really know he had previously played with anyone before. So
Right. No, he's been great. Even when we just backed him off a little bit early, he's been walking around, hanging around the guys in the bullpen. He laughs a lot. He's always got a smile. He's been good. I met him first time in 2015. I was telling that story about a week ago where he pitched in the All-Star game and struck out the side in 10 pitches. But he's very humble man that he just wants to pitch, and I think he's going to fit in well with this group. You can tell just the way he hangs around with them, and how good a teammate he is.
And I know it's only been a little bit of amount of time, but is there anything about his personality qualities that you think can handle being the new guy on the big name on the big contract in a new place? Anything about him, the way he carries himself, the way he is, that would handle that attention and the expectations that come with
I think, again, getting back to how humble this man is, but at the same time, he's got confidence. You like that confident humility in your players. And what I mean, again, when he struck out the side in the All-Star game, he came off the mound like, it wasn't a real big deal for him, but, he came back to the dugout and he had a nice, big smile. I know it had to be his first All-Star game, but he's been there. He pitched in New York, so you spend some time there, you can handle about anything. So I don't have any concerns with that part of it.
What expectations do you bring into this season? It's been a while since you had a brand new team to be part of.
Mine is that we go out there and just we play the game hard, play it right, and contend. That's why we're here. It's I wouldn't be here if I was not optimistic, and I told them that, and and I want them to feel the same, and we expect when every time we hit the field, that's not going to happen, but that's what we expect, and I'll be doing the same, and we hope when we get toward the end of the season that we're playing some really important games. I know we have some work ahead of us. We got some games to make up, but when you look at the moves that were made, there's no reason why we shouldn't expect a different season this year.
You had mentioned you went back and watched some of Mark Mathias' at-bats from that when he first got here, was hitting so well. I was wondering what you saw in him during that stretch when he got here and kind of got after that good start that he did.
Yeah, no, you know what? Just looked confident up there. For a young kid. He was aggressive. He got after it. He meant business when he went to hit a baseball, and that's what you like about him.